Hello and welcome to this episode of the Arts Overlook. I'm your host, Chris Bowden. Each episode highlights the arts and entertainment of the Cedar Valley. In this episode, we'll be stopping by this year's Beers to You fundraiser in downtown Waterloo and stepping into what's referred to by many as one of the hidden gems of the University of Northern Iowa. So sit back and relax, because this episode of the Arts Overlook starts right now.
Art is thriving in the Cedar Valley. It's everywhere. But if you don't know where to look, you could miss it. This is your local arts perspective. This is the Arts Overlook.
As early hints of spring sneak their way into the Cedar Valley, with it comes the annual fundraiser Beers to You. At this point, you may be asking yourself what an event centered around beer and food has to do with the arts. Well, to answer that very question, here's an inside look at this year's Beers to You. Each year, the Gallagher Bluedorn Performing Arts Center offers an incredibly diverse selection of shows and performances for the Cedar Valley. And many of these shows wouldn't be possible without the help of their annual fundraiser, Beers to You.
Beers to You is a fundraiser that is put on by the Friends of the Gallagher Bluedorn, which is one of our working boards, and we partner with Far Beverage. And the proceeds of this fundraiser goes to the general programming for Gallagher and also for the Kaleidoscope youth shows.
Taking place in February at the 5 Sullivan Brothers Convention Center in Waterloo, the event offers a chance for people to sample a wide collection of food and drinks, all while supporting the arts.
This is the 8th year that we've put this on, and we're hoping that every year it keeps getting better and better. We cap it at 1,000 people. That is about the max that we can get in there with the vendors, the home brewers, the amount of people on the table, so we cap it at 1,000. The first year we were at the Gallagher Bluedorn, and we had a chef actually do a cooking presentation on stage there, and then we got so big, it was so crowded, we couldn't move, and so then the second year we ended up going to the convention center.
Boasting a selection of 104 beers and 34 vendors, a lot of work goes into bringing both local and nationwide businesses to the event.
Getting the restaurants there is one of the most fun perks of the job. Also the most time-consuming, but also the most rewarding as well. So we come up with the restaurants, we all get together at the very beginning, and we really go through the phone book, we go through the accounts that Far Beverage has, we go through accounts that might possibly be a good fit, or newer restaurants that are businesses that are new to the community. And then we really just go door to door, make a personal contact. We talk with either the chef or the owners, whichever one would make the decision. And from there, we probably contact them about a dozen times.
While Beers to You offers a great opportunity for attendees to test their taste buds, it also allows a great opportunity for businesses to better connect with the community.
It's a great exposure for new businesses or for new restaurants in general. For example, La Calle down on the hill, College Hill, they were able to come. They were able to get that exposure free of charge, other than them having to provide their food. But it is great exposure for them. They actually won one of our judging contests this year, and so they were very excited. We were very excited for them. They can put coupons out on their tables. It just generates a new level of business, or even people that have never heard of them, word of mouth. Being able to, so reaching 1,000 people, and now they've tried their food, and it's able to get people in through their doors.
While people love the chance to sample food and drinks, this event truly has an impact on the local arts community. The Gallagher Bluedorn is able to bring in enough money year after year to keep top-notch performances accessible to the people of the Cedar Valley.
We net over $30,000, and that goes towards the general programming, which also keeps the ticket prices affordable for our area and for us to see an event. And we want the most people to see something up at Gallagher Bluedorn. It also, the majority of the money also goes towards the Kaleidoscope youth shows, and we also call it a Buck a Kid.
And while the event serves as a great fundraiser, it also brings people in to see what the Gallagher Bluedorn is about, and maybe even get them interested in seeing a show for the first time.
80% of the people that attend Beers to You have never attended a performance at Gallagher Bluedorn, so we find this a great way to impact other people outside of our common everyday guests or patrons that walk into the doors of Gallagher Bluedorn. So we're trying to portray that performing arts really truly is for everybody. There's always going to be some sort of group or artist or even type of music that is going to appeal to such a wide variety of people.
Beers to You has served the Gallagher Bluedorn as a successful way to continue bringing art to the Cedar Valley, and their efforts this year were no exception.
This year's Beers to You was a huge success. The vendors were all extremely happy. We raised over the $30,000. We had the record number of beers this year at 104 to try.
The Gallagher Bluedorn continues to offer a great selection of shows because of the generosity of people in the Cedar Valley. And Beers to You allows you to enjoy the best food and drinks the Cedar Valley has to offer while supporting the arts in your own backyard. And if one thing's for sure, it's that
you're bound to have a really good time. So whether you like beer or food or both, it's a great event.
As Nicole mentioned, the Gallagher Bluedorn was able to raise over $30,000 from Beers to You alone. And I suppose it's an added bonus that people got to enjoy plenty of drinks and food along the way. Thanks to this money, even more opportunities are available for you to get involved and experience the arts for yourself. And if you're interested in next year's event or upcoming performances at the Gallagher Bluedorn, be sure to keep an eye on their website at www.gbpac.com. If you're looking for a great escape from the regular and sometimes stressful routine of life, look no further than the UNI Botanical Center. Hidden amidst the campus of the University of Northern Iowa, the center is sure to provide you with a beautiful, relaxing, and maybe even educational experience. Let's take an inside look at the UNI Botanical Center. If you're ever out walking across the campus of the University of Northern Iowa, it's likely you'll hear some unique bird calls as you pass through the southern end of campus. And if you choose the right path, you'll come face to face with the UNI Botanical Center, home to several unique animals and boasting 10,000 square feet of greenhouse space.
It's set up like a conservatory rather than a research greenhouse. And originally, when the greenhouses were put in here on campus in the early 1900s, students asked for a place where they could have plants that they could just go to and study, and animals. And so it wasn't set up, research greenhouses are set up with benches and just pots and pots of benches of plants. But we have specimens that are planted directly in the ground, and we have a very unusual collection of species. And so coming in here and walking around and seeing the beautiful things blooming every day and the unusual collection that we have is, I feel very privileged to be able to do that.
Beginning on the north side of campus in the early 1900s and relocating to its current location in the early 1930s, the greenhouse has not only been providing education for students, but a calm and beautiful place for both students and community members to relax and enjoy.
It started out with one main greenhouse and then expanded to include the cactus and orchid house. And so we actually have a picture of the original curator planting a plant in our tropical house in 1934. And that plant is still here in the greenhouse. So I think that's a pretty fun thing to have. Now I've been here long enough to see us go through two major renovations. One where we put new offices and a new classroom on the north end of the complex. And then another one, the most recent, where they came in and redid our work area and modernized that a little bit, modernized our heating system and added the research greenhouses and a research lab. So we've gone through a lot of changes over the years.
Consisting of 6 main greenhouses, many visitors are surprised by the amount of space tucked away for plants, ranging from cactuses to lily pads and workspaces, offices, and classrooms only several feet away from each other.
The complex now has 2 classrooms, and we have 2 fairly new research greenhouses that are used by our faculty. Those faculty are plant people that study plants, and so they're doing research in there, and then they'll have undergrad students or grad students that are also doing research. And we provide support for them in those greenhouses.
In addition to providing educational support, the Botanical Center also offers opportunities for students to get involved, ranging from working in the greenhouse to simply stopping in and enjoying the atmosphere.
One of the other things I love is that I get to work with college students. So I employ between 7 and 9 students each semester, and I love working with them. It's wonderful having them come in here and watch the joy on their faces as they learn about the plants, and they help us learn how to take care of things. And we teach them propagation methods, and it's just really, it keeps you young working with younger people. So I really enjoy the students.
A lot of the people over in the biology department hold the greenhouse in really high regard. So I mentioned that I was looking for a job, and someone said that Billy, my boss, might have an opening. So I just emailed her, and she invited me over for an interview. If I work in the mornings, I usually come in and take care of the pets and check to make sure there aren't any wilted plants in the morning, and then just do a little bit of maintenance, like cleaning out fish filters is an important thing. Not the most glamorous, but it's a really big, it's something you don't realize when you walk in as a visitor that has to be done, but there's a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff. So we water twice a day, so once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Transplant plants that are outgrowing their pots, and clean up dead leaves that are sitting around, and do a lot of sweeping, especially if there's someone coming to visit.
New students come in, and I think that when they're new on campus and first away from home, this is a really nice, warm, inviting place for them to come into. And they can come and sit on a bench and just enjoy the atmosphere in here, the beauty of it.
In the wintertime, when you come in and your toes are freezing off, it's nice and sunny, so it's kind of an oasis from the stress and the weather during the school year.
You don't have to be a biology student, employee, or even a UNI student to enjoy the Botanical Center either. The greenhouses are also open to the public for anyone to stop in and experience.
Every once in a while there's a tour, especially in the springtime. So we get to show people it's kind of like presenting our work, what we've been doing every day, so that's always fun.
We do tours for people, K through 12 come through on a regular basis, and that's a really fun thing too, because people come in who had no idea this was here, and they're always just amazed at how wonderful it is, and so it's great to be able to be involved with that. We do invite the public to come in. We're open during regular school hours, which is Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. We've had a couple of events where we've invited the public to come in and see the collection and come into the greenhouses. We've also hosted a number of civic groups. I've had Lions clubs and garden clubs and groups like that come in, and they can have their meeting in one of our classrooms, and we'll give them a tour of the facility. We also maintain several gardens around the outside of the greenhouse. We have a huge hosta garden and collection. And then what I think is a very lovely perennial garden on the east side. This last summer, we were part of the Cedar Falls Historical Society garden tour, and we had over 300 people come on a Sunday afternoon and walk through our gardens outside, walk through the greenhouses. And again, that was a fabulous way to introduce ourselves again to the local community. For those people who hadn't had an opportunity to come in here, they saw what a gem of a place this is.
And no visit to the UNI Botanical Center would be complete without visiting everyone's favorite birds, Chiquita the gold-capped conure and Columbo the 22-year-old African gray parrot.
A lot of people come in to see those two birds sitting on perches in our tropical house. You know, they're just amazed to see these birds sitting loose. And so we do have people that come in just to see the animals.
I really love the animals. I like to hang out with the birds a lot. So it's really, I learned a lot of things about them that I wouldn't have known, like how much personality they have. It's amazing how different they are, the two birds. That if one of them's crabby one day, it's just like a little kid. They can be crabby, they can be happy, they can be hungry, and they'll let you know about it, usually by screaming.
The UNI Botanical Center continues to be one of the hidden gems of UNI and offers an excellent opportunity to slow down, relax, and enjoy the art of botany in a beautiful and accessible environment.
People come in, mainly they're surprised at how diverse the collection is in here. We have some very unusual species in the collection. There's always something blooming, and so I think that they're a little bit in awe that we have something so lovely right here in the middle of our campus, in the middle of Cedar Falls, that they can come and enjoy.
If anyone wanted to come visit, there's always someone here and there's always a smiling face, so don't be intimidated to ask questions and just come and enjoy the scenery.
The UNI Botanical Center truly is an impressive facility, and the staff would love for you to stop by and check out what they have to offer if you haven't already. They're open each week, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you'd like more information, you can visit their website at www.uni.edu/biology/botanical-center. And make sure to say hi to Chiquita in Colombo for me. That's all for this episode of the Arts Overlook. As spring rolls in, keep finding opportunities to try something new and discover art in your own backyard. I'm Chris Bowden, and thank you for watching.